Hey everyone, how are y'all doing today? This is the Grey Knight here, and welcome back to Minecraft. So I am really tired right now, and the reason why is because I had a really hard time sleeping last night, and it's been weird. Me and my wife, we've been doing stuff, and oh, holy cow, I forgot about this thing. Um, Me and my wife, we just been kind of chilling out, doing our own thing, and I just haven't had time making videos. I'm really sorry. I know that there's not many people who actually watch my videos, but um, and I actually go to work in about 2 or 3 hours, so I gotta, make one. Hopefully I'll get it done. Hopefully I'll do a good job. But I want to tell you guys a story today, actually about work, and this story is gonna have kind of gonna have a little bit of a theme to it that you might understand it, and it's a little bit about what's happened in recent days. As everyone knows, there's been a new terrorist attack in France. It seems like those guys just can't get enough of those. I really hate the fact that that's all we see on the news anymore. Is France got there was a bunch of people who got killed in France today. It's like, it can't just be like, France is awesome. No, it's just, France got blown up, France got people shot at, and it makes me kind of sad. And people are very quick to immediately start blaming a lot of these terrorist groups, and I guess I can kind of understand. I mean, we're kind of in that little situation right now with, people having all this fear about terrorism. But one thing that my story has to do is with me actually ending up helping out a customer at my store who was a Muslim person. And actually several times I've had to help people who are Muslim at my store, because I work at Walmart, which I hate to admit that, because I love working at Walmart. It's just I've been working at Walmart for like 5 years, and it's like, that's not a huge accomplishment, but I do enjoy the fact that I work there. I have a job, and it's really nice being able to make money, and I get to work with a lot of nice people. I mean, I have a lot of cool guys I work with at my store, a lot of cool people who I can kind of talk with and hang with. But my story goes like this. On several occasions, I've had to do a lot of carry-outs for people of a different race than me. One such being several people who were Muslim. And the first one it was around Christmas Day, and I was called to help a customer to the car with a massive TV. And it was a big TV. And hang on, I'm going to turn this sound down because it seems kind of loud. There we go. Hang on. I don't think you guys want to hear the sound of things getting punched. I already did a video about grass punching. You don't need to hear it again. Anyway, I was called inside because I pushed carts and such outside in all kinds of weather, and I was called in to do a carry-out for a massive TV on the day before Christmas Eve. I get up to the service desk, and I notice that there's no one really there. And I look around, and I'm like, hey, is there someone here? Like, who's this carry-out for? And I hear this really small voice saying, it's for me. And I look around, and out of nowhere, there's a Middle Eastern woman in, like, a white dress, and she's wearing, like, one of those white headscarves. And I'm just gonna tell you straight up, my first thought was, holy crap, I'm doing a carry-out for Altair from Assassin's Creed or something. And I didn't actually say that out loud, because I'm pretty sure they might have not really understood what Assassin's Creed was. Or they could have, and it could have been just a really awesome reference, but anyway. That was my first instance where I helped out someone, and what really bothered me was some people actually were looking at her like she was weird, like they were looking at this woman like, oh, she's probably one of those Muslims, oh, she's a terrorist. And it's like, she's probably not, she just wants a big TV. And I don't like how where I live, we have a lot of negativity towards Muslims, towards Middle Eastern people, even though they make up a huge chunk of our population. Uh, the second the second thing that happened to me that I really want to talk about was one of the last times I helped someone of Middle Eastern descent with a carryout, and it was a man about probably my age. I don't understand why he needed help to his car, but I think he just didn't know if he was going to be able to get his um, item in there. And I asked him, "Hey, what do you need?" He's like, "Oh, I need help with this rug," and it was a big ass rug. I kind of understand why he was needing help, but anyway, sorry, I got a bit of a cold. I apologize. I helped him out, and we were walking out to the car, and he asked me, "Hey, what is your name?" And I say, "Oh, my name is Ty." Well, yeah, my name is Ty, and then I asked him, "Hey, what's your name?" And he's like, "Oh, that's a hard question. Do you want my Middle Eastern name? Like, do you want my Arabic name, or do you want my American name?" I was like, just give me both. And he says, "Well, if you want my Arabic name, my Arabic name is," I think he said his name was Ahmed. And he said, "But my white name," and he actually said that he said my white guy name is Mike Matt. And I said, "Well, it's good to meet you, Ahmed." And he just smiled. He gave me $1. I don't know why he gave me $1. I think he was just kind of happy that I was talking to him. But he seemed like a really nice guy, and it was fun to do a carryout for him. And doing that carryout kind of made me, holy cow, I've gone through the menu like 5 times. Um, Doing that carryout, I got to thinking, people really give Middle Eastern people a hard time because of all these terrorist attacks and all these things that have been going on in the world lately. And it kind of bothers me because I know a lot of people of Middle Eastern descent, and they are not terrorists. They are not like over here hating America. In fact, a lot of them are trying to get away from that whole image. I had a conversation with one several weeks ago, and this man asked me, he said, "Do you believe that all Middle Eastern people are working for ISIS?" And I told him, I said, "Honestly, sir, I believe that most Middle Eastern people are trying to get away from ISIS because because we all know what's going on in the world, how it's not Middle Eastern people who are terrorists. It is just the people in these terrorist groups like ISIS, like Hamas, like Al Qaeda, things like that." And it really makes you wonder what causes people to go to such extremes as blowing up other people, like, and all these terrifying things that they do in the world. Like, people are scared of all these terrorist attacks, and it really bothers me. Like, I'm kind of nervous because, as I've said in a previous video, me and my wife have seriously talked about moving out of the country, and I always worry if America would be safe if we ended up having a lot of these terrorist attacks continue to happen. Well, the thing is, America is not the only place a terrorist attack can happen, as the attacks in France have taught us. So, what does that mean? Well, that means that it doesn't matter where you go, there's probably going to be ignorance, and there's going to be darkness. There's going to be a lot of bad stuff happening in this world, and unfortunately there's not much we can do to fix it except say, "Hey, I don't like this bullcrap, let's fix it, let's stop doing it." And I just really am, I guess I'm kind of worried about the future, about all this stuff. Because every time I think about it, I think about, would me and my children, would me and my wife, would we be safe anywhere? Because all these different groups, they want just nothing more than to spread fear. And I don't want to deal with that. It's kind of terrifying when you think about it. But anyway, that was my video. That was my story about helping out Muslim customers, Arabic customers, all that kind of stuff at my store, and yeah, I just wanted to kind of give my opinion on this thing because it's like people really believe that all Muslims are terrorists where I live, and I wish I was exaggerating, but quite frankly, a lot of people believe that all Muslims are terrorists where I come from. And it makes me sad, because that's like saying all black people are thugs, all white people are racist and want to have slavery. And it's a very unfair observation, because like you could say all Asians are bad drivers, or all Latinos have like hundreds of kids with different mothers or something. It's a really unfair thing to say, because racism is just so it's just a really crappy thing. I hate literally anything to do with racism. I don't like it. I mean, that's why we have things like Black Lives Matter, because racism is just so powerful and it's just so annoying. That's why we have such fear of people who are different than us. And yeah, I just don't like it. But anyway, that was my video. Sorry I kind of went off on a rant. And but anyway, this has been Grey Knight here, and have a good one.